Hello friends. So this is the plan. I've been wanting to do this since I was planning to get Cece, knowing he was a dwarf. The studies show that rats need a cage that is rectangular and has more floor space than height. And my concern with Cece being so teeny is that if I just take the middle out of this, that is a really long fall. Like, I'm gonna have to have it even more packed than this all the way up the cage. So here's what I was thinking. I have another base and another topper, and I'm going to do a side-by-side layout. Now, I think temporarily, we're gonna put that base in next to this one, and probably just see how that fits. I'm thinking if I put that flat edge up against it, it'll make less corners, and it fits pretty snug in here without any gaps for everybody to reach through. But I have to see if, once it's in place, if they can get in between this and that tray, because this one is obviously shorter. But my long-term plan is to do a different tray setup. Now I have a couple of things I'm considering, and I haven't decided anything 100% going to be my, like, this is what I'm gonna do forever. But for today, I've already moved my bookshelf, and you can see now I've got a gap here. I wanna vacuum this, I wanna move the cage out, take this top part apart, and then I'm going to put some of these foam mats, I have some extras, underneath. And we're gonna clean out that corner so that the cage can go right here. And that should provide me, it may have to go like a little bit into the corner. Like, it'll probably be kind of behind the desk, but it's lower than the top of the desk. So it should be okay. And that'll just mean we just won't open one door hardly at all, which is not a big deal. So that's my current plan. I'm gonna take this part apart and move it so that I can move this part easier, because right now it's just too heavy with that thing on. I did this project over a few days, and it isn't fully complete yet. You'll see what I mean when you watch the video. The first day did not go as planned. Despite my best efforts, I could not get the side panel in place with the new half of the cage against the wall. The next day, I pulled the new half out and used a rubber mallet to re-square everything, and then it went together much easier. Then I moved the cage back, and that's when I noticed it, a coax jack sticking out of the wall, taunting me, which resulted in a nearly 20-minute hunt to find a flathead screwdriver to remove the coax plate from the wall. This was sticking out about a ½ an inch into the space where I needed the cages to sit, so it had to be removed. I found 6 different crosshead screwdrivers before I finally found a flathead one. Then I was finally able to remove the faceplate. But I got sidetracked and added the base pan in before fastening the 2 cages together. And then I finally used metal zip ties to attach them. But now there was a big gap between the cement mixing tray and the corrugated plastic tray. And to keep everyone safe, that had to be covered somehow. I originally considered covering this with a piece of cardboard or corrugated plastic, but decided to use hardware cloth instead. I do have plans for a tray that will span the whole cage floor, but that will have to be a separate video at this point, as I've been working on this now for 2 days. So for now, I cut a piece of hardware cloth to span the gap. I drilled some holes in the cement mixing bin and secured that side of the hardware cloth with pipe cleaners. I made holes in the coroplast with a sewing awl and secured that side with pipe cleaners as well. And then it was time to decorate the cage. Switching to better quality video. It is completed for now. And the join between these 2 trays is ugly. I'm not even gonna pretend it looks good. Its whole goal is to be safe, and that it is. So let me give you a tour. I still need to throw some chew toys in, I just realized, so I'll grab those in a few minutes. But here's what we got for this side. So I've rearranged quite a bit of it, and this is how it's looking now. I moved that hammock from here over towards the middle, left this one pretty much where it was. I have changed out the rope thing for this to fill up this gap. Still left their box hide and the toilet paper nest because they just finished that like yesterday. So we'll leave that for now. I have left this here. I've left the little boingy, springy rope in the back, but I moved it from that corner to over here. We've got a rope that goes across and goes this way. We'll get to that side in a minute. And we got a ladder here, which is gonna need retired soon because we've apparently been chewing it quite a bit. So then, to finish this side out, we've got several chew toys hanging up, and then we've got a bendy tunnel that goes across and a ladder over here too, just in case. And we've got perches on the door. I moved the branch from this corner to over here so they can kind of go up those little steps and hop up into the hammock if they wish to. Then moving on to this side. Now this door won't open flat, but it'll open that far. So good enough for me. I've moved my IKEA wine rack onto this side. It was previously over here, so they can still climb that. Got the climbing trellis going up the whole back of the cage. There's a DIY video on my channel for that. Got my ropes going throughout the middle here, and they lead into that as well. And we've got a foraging toy, chew toy, basket hide. The other half of the tunnel tube goes this way, and it is fastened to the back of the cage with a springy water bottle clip on that side and right there. We've got a little tippy bucket here and a double hammock. And in the back corner, I have a corner lizard lounger that I got from Walmart. That is just another fall breaker. And we've got a foraging toy. This is where we're at. Gonna put rats in and see what they think.